The animal kingdom doesn't care about your expectations. Every rule you think exists, something alive somewhere has already broken it. These aren't trivia facts. These are the moments where biology stopped making sense and kept going anyway. Mantis shrimp. It punches with the force of a bullet. Not metaphorically. The club-like appendage of a mantis shrimp accelerates at the same speed as a .22 caliber round fired from a gun. The strike happens so fast that the water around it vaporizes, creating cavitation bubbles that collapse with a secondary shockwave, a flash of light, and temperatures briefly reaching 4,700 degrees Celsius. Nearly as hot as the surface of the sun. From a shrimp, the force exceeds 1,500 newtons, enough to shatter aquarium glass, which is why most facilities keep them in specialized tanks. What makes this truly unsettling is that the mantis shrimp can do this approximately 50,000 times before its appendage needs replacing. Nature built a reloadable weapon into a 4-inch crustacean and gave it the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom as a bonus. It sees colors you can't even imagine. You get 3. It has 16. Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish. Every animal alive is dying, except possibly this one. When this tiny jellyfish, just 4.5 millimeters wide, becomes stressed, injured, or simply old, it doesn't die. It reverses. Through a process called transdifferentiation, its cells convert into different cell types entirely, and the adult organism reverts to its juvenile polyp stage within 24 to 36 hours. Then it matures again. Then it can repeat the cycle indefinitely. No confirmed death from old age has ever been recorded in laboratory conditions. Theoretically, barring disease, predation, or environmental collapse, it doesn't have an expiration date. Scientists discovered this in 1988 and are still trying to understand what it means for human aging research. The most significant biological discovery of the last century looks like a transparent blob you'd barely notice in a glass of seawater. Evolution solved death and hid the answer in something most people would walk past on a beach. Archerfish. Most hunters close the distance to their prey. The archerfish never does. Instead, it sits just below the water's surface, locks onto an insect sitting on a branch up to 2 meters above, and fires a pressurized jet of water from its mouth with enough precision to knock it clean off. The water travels at speeds reaching 100 kilometers per hour, but the genuinely astonishing part isn't the shot. It's the calculation behind it. Water bends light. That means the insect isn't where it appears to be from below the surface. The archerfish automatically compensates for this optical distortion every single time, in real time, without a brain anywhere close to the size required to make that sound reasonable. Young archerfish miss often. Adults achieve accuracy above 90%. They learned. They improved. They can even lead moving targets, predicting trajectory and accounting for gravity mid-shot. A fish taught itself physics. No one told it that was supposed to be hard. Hagfish. When threatened, the hagfish does something that has no equivalent anywhere in the animal kingdom. It produces slime. Not ordinary slime. A fibrous, expanding biological catastrophe that grows to 10,000 times its original volume in milliseconds, instantly clogging the gills of anything trying to eat it. The attacker releases it or suffocates. The protein threads inside the slime are stronger than spider silk. The hagfish then ties itself into a literal knot, slides that knot along its body from head to tail, and scrapes the slime off itself. A creature that has remained virtually unchanged for 300 million years, with no jaw, no true spine for hearts, and the ability to absorb nutrients directly through its skin. It also feeds by burrowing inside dead or dying animals and consuming them from the inside out. It can go 7 months without eating a single thing. The hagfish looks like something evolution discarded. It's actually something evolution never needed to improve. Blue-ringed octopus. It is smaller than a golf ball. It weighs 28 grams. It carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans, and there is no antivenom. Its toxin is tetrodotoxin, approximately 1,000 times more potent than cyanide. The victim remains completely conscious throughout, fully aware, entirely paralyzed. The diaphragm stops working and death comes from asphyxiation unless someone provides continuous artificial respiration until the venom metabolizes on its own. The octopus doesn't synthesize this venom itself. Symbiotic bacteria living in its salivary glands produce it. The animal is essentially a biological delivery system for something even smaller than it is. When calm, it looks plain and almost forgettable. The vivid blue warning rings only appear when it's agitated, which means the most dangerous moment is the one before you realize you should be worried. The ocean's most lethal animal is the size of a tennis ball and hides in plain sight. Tardigrades. They are 0.5 millimeter long. They have 8 legs. They are effectively indestructible. Tardigrades survive temperatures from minus 272 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees above zero. They withstand pressure 6 times greater than the deepest point of the Mariana Trench. They absorb radiation doses 1,000 times higher than what would kill a human. When conditions deteriorate, they enter cryptobiosis, shutting down every metabolic process until conditions improve. They can remain in this state without water for over 30 years and fully revive within hours of rehydration. In 2007, they survived 10 days on the exterior of the International Space Station, exposed to the vacuum of space and unfiltered solar radiation. Scientists revived specimens that had been frozen for 24,000 years. Their DNA is protected by a unique protein called ZUP that physically shields it from radiation damage. Tardigrades have outlasted every mass extinction event in Earth's history without meaningful evolutionary change. If the planet ended tomorrow, something would have to specifically go out of its way to kill them. They are the most resilient life form ever discovered, and they live in the moss outside your window. Cuttlefish. It is colorblind. It is also the most sophisticated color-changing animal on Earth. Cuttlefish have approximately 10 million chromatophores per square inch of skin, allowing them to produce rippling patterns, traveling waves, pulsing spots, and strobing flashes in milliseconds. Scientists believe they may perceive color through the shape of their pupils rather than through color receptors, using light polarization in ways human vision cannot process at all. Their W-shaped pupils provide nearly 360-degree vision. Male cuttlefish, when competing for a female, can display courtship colors on the side of their body facing her, while simultaneously displaying female coloration on the opposite side to deceive a rival male watching from the other direction. 2 completely different messages. One body, simultaneously. An animal that cannot see color figured out how to weaponize it better than anything that can. The animal kingdom isn't strange despite following rules. It's strange because the rules it follows are so much older, stranger, and more creative than anything we design. Every entry on this list spent millions of years becoming exactly what it needed to be. Punch through water, reverse aging, shoot insects with physics, make slime, kill with bacteria, survive everything, lie with light. Part 2 goes further. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it.